Beginning with Kerry. Jack O'Connor, he was relieved to get out of Mullingar with a 1-point win last Sunday, but has resisted the urge to make too many changes. In fact, Shane Enright's inclusion in the Kerry defence is the only alteration to the side that beat Westmeath. The backline is anchored by the experienced Owen Brosnan, while Anthony Maher partners Brian Sheehan at midfield. Kerry captain Colm Cooper again starts at 14, with his wingman Kieran Donaghy by his side as always. Now, Tyrone coasted to an easy win against Roscommon last weekend, but with Stephen O'Neill failing a late fitness test here, Mickey Hart has in fact made 2 late changes to the team that started against Roscommon last weekend. He's called up number 25 Ronan McNamee to replace Cathal McCarran, and number 20 Darren McCurry, who came off the bench last weekend and kicked 4 points. He's a late replacement for O'Neill on the edge of the square. They got the job done last time out, as Conor Clark continues to learn his trade at full back, just behind the veteran Conor Gormley. Numbers will count for very little up front though, but the likes of Martin Penrose and Owen Mulligan have the potential to put scores on the board if they get the right supply. And on the respective subs benches, Jack O'Connor can call upon the likes of 18 Darren O'Sullivan and 24 Seamus Scanlon. Loads of experience there. Mickey Hart, well, we'd expect him at some stage to turn to 21 Brian McGuigan and 23 Ryan McMenamin, 2 men with lots of experience and All-Ireland medals.
4 points against Roscommon. We'll keep an eye. Stephen O'Neill not there. There's a late change. David Coldrick about to throw the ball in. The ball is up and the game is on, and straight away it's held, and held well by Anthony Maher. He plays it outside to Brian Sheehan. Brian Sheehan with a low ball for James O'Donoghue. James O'Donoghue, 8 seconds gone in the contest. James O'Donoghue takes 2 solos to Kieran Donaghy. What a point we do for his confidence. It's curling high, but it's gone to the right and wide.
Yes, a lovely move there, in the lovely ball into James O'Donoghue. Got the ball 2 or 3 solos into Kieran Donaghy. Donaghy went for the kick, but pulled it badly wide. That was a bad wide by Kieran Donaghy. He won't be too happy with that, but a good start for Kerry. They need a good start, Kerry.
They certainly do. So Darren McCurry is in. Now this guy, he's a young prospect. He's only 19 years of age, I think 19 or 20 years of age. He kicked 4 points against Roscommon last week in the qualifiers. He is in from the start. Owen Mulligan, of course, will need a lot of watching.
And Mark O'Shea is marking Court.
He is high ball out. Brian Sheehan catches the ball independently in the middle of the field for Kerry. Brian Sheehan takes a hop, takes a look, takes the kick now inside to his fellow South Kerry man Declan O'Sullivan. Declan O'Sullivan being marked by Dermot Carlin. Turns him again, puts it on the left. It's a tight angle, but it's a glorious point from Declan O'Sullivan. After 1 minute gone, Kerry hit the front.
Lovely point by the man from Pearson and Drummond. A lovely ball in by Brian Sheehan into Declan O'Sullivan. And Declan O'Sullivan got on his trusty left leg, left his man behind him. He was being marked by Dermot Carlin, and with a lovely little touch, kicking into the dressing room goal, he brought the cheers from the Kerry supporters. Lovely kick by Declan O'Sullivan. Kerry lead 1 point to no score.
And as well, Peter Hart, I can tell you, is being played as an extra sweeper. He's somewhere around the middle. He's not in his right position. High goes Maher. Ball broken into the middle of the field. It's got by a Tyrone man over there, but lost. Paul Galvin putting in the tackle. The tackle there was put in on Colm Kavanagh. And Colm Kavanagh is to take this free in the middle of the field. David Coldrick, one of the best officials in the game. I've good time for this man. He's in the middle today from County Meath. Away goes the cornerback, Aidan McCrory. James O'Donoghue followed him, but the referee says an illegal push by the Legion man. It's a free into Tyrone.
Yeah, McCrory, the cornerback, was away up inside the 45-metre line under St. Finian's corner. James O'Donoghue, the Legion manager, said followed him the whole way up, and he pulled him, and he dragged him, and he pulled him down. Free in, says the referee. Scoreable free is going to be taken by the midfielder McMahon. He's going to take it off his hand.
With the outside of the right boot, he floats it high. Brendan Keeley looks up to the clouds, but it's gone right and wide for the first wide of the afternoon for Tyrone.
Yeah, it was taken by the midfielder, Joe McMahon. And with the outside of the right leg, he tried to curl the ball in, but pulled it wide in his own side. Lovely kick out by Keeley.
Quickly taken by Keeley to Shane Enright, the man from Tarbert, coming in place of Brian Maguire from last weekend, but a loose pass by him, straight into the hands of Peter Hart. Peter Hart, as the sun shines down on everybody, near packed to capacity here in the Fitzgerald Stadium. Good run by Colm Kavanagh, great score by Colm Kavanagh. But it was a poor clearance there, Wishy, from Shane Enright.
Oh, very bad clearance by Enright, right into Tyrone man's hand. The ball went to Colm Kavanagh. Kavanagh went through the big midfielder, and with a lovely, stylish cut with the outside of his right leg, he cut the ball straight and through over the bar. Beautiful point by Tyrone. Scores a level, 1 point each. Sun beaming down here.
Brendan Keeley again plays it outside to this side, and again the loose man is Shane Enright. Let's hope he can do much better this time. He can. To Donncha Walsh. Donncha Walsh, very deep. Plays it back to Owen Brosnan. He was my man of the match last week in Mullingar, and I thought he did a great game. Brosnan looking for Declan again. Declan full of running. breaks the ball down to himself independently, and he's won a free. Quickly takes it to Paul Galvin. Paul Galvin gets around. There's another change. Number 25 is in, Ronan McNamee. 2 changes by Tyrone. We've just spotted him. This is Colm Cooper. Colm Cooper at tight angle. Colm Cooper over the bar, and Kerry lead 2 points to 1.
Oh, lovely point by Colm Cooper, and it was all made by the trio, the old age stagers, we'll say. Declan O'Sullivan to Declan O'Sullivan into Paul Galvin. Paul Galvin, a lovely little dinky pass to Colm Cooper. There's a Tyrone man down injured at the moment. It's Deborah Carlin. Cooper got the ball, turning around, kicking into the entrance goal, and from well outside the 25-metre line with the left leg, he floated the ball. Absolutely beautiful. That's the style of Colm Cooper we want to see. Give him plenty of ball, get him to take on his man. Kerry lead 2 points to 1, and deservedly so. Great start, Kerry.
Great start, because if you look at last week, we took them all of 30 minutes to get 1 point from play. Now they've got 2 already in the space of 4 minutes.
Yeah, and as you pointed out there, while he's been attended to, we were told before the game there was no changes, but in actual fact there are 2 changes in the Tyrone team.
Yeah, Ronan McNamee's in there, number 25. Little bit of off the ball here. The referee's attention has been, no, is it to the linesman? It's between number 7 Sean O'Neill and Donica Walsh. Nothing major, just a little bit of a bit of pushing. Pascal McConnell, big massive goalkeeper, out to the middle of the field, and again Anthony Maher gathers it for Kerry. Kerry have got off to a great start. Owen Brosnan drives it long for Star Donaghy. Donaghy grabs it. Back to Donica Walsh, just outside the 45-metre line, trying to float it in perfectly to O'Donoghue. James O'Donoghue does well, the Legion man, going down on it. It's a free. He won that one very well, because it certainly wasn't advantage O'Donoghue going in.
Oh, well played by James O'Donoghue. Very brave football by the Legion man. And it was Star Donaghy that got the ball turned around. There's a lovely ball cast. It was a 50-50 ball. It was broken out, and James O'Donoghue went for it, and he was fouled, says the referee. It's going to be an easy tip over free here for Kerry. Great start for Kerry. There has been 6 kick-outs. Kerry have won 5, Gary, and Tyrone have won 1.
Well, that's a good start. Brian Sheehan was going to do a Paddy Cullen on that one there. He was going to chip the goalkeeper, but he decided to do the common, sensible thing. So Brian Sheehan looking for his first point of the afternoon. He shouldn't have any trouble with this one, and he doesn't. Brian Sheehan tips it over the bar. Kerry lead Tyrone 3 points to 1. 5.5 minutes gone.
Yeah, Brian Sheehan, deadly kicking by Brian Sheehan, and absolutely we welcome visitors or listeners from all over the world who are listening on the internet. Everywhere we send you our best wishes, because here in Killarney it's absolutely fabulous side, and Kerry lead Tyrone in this playoff game 3 points to 1, and deservedly so.
Terrace under us, packed to capacity. So choose the stand. Out to the middle of the field, high when Shane Enright broke it down there into the hands of a Tyrone man. It's Sean O'Neill in the half-back line. Tyrone building from the back. There is a slight breeze against Tyrone. This is Colm Kavanagh. Colm Kavanagh plays it outside to the middle of the field, and Aidan McCrory again trying to build from the back, but Kerry, in fairness, man to man, they're doing well so far. Matty Donnelly's the number 10. He's gone very deep. Over there, there's a tug on the jersey, and the referee says it is a free. It was by Brian Sheehan, I think.
And Kerry had 14 men behind the ball there, Gary, when all that was happening. So we're talking about swarm football, but Kerry are doing it today, and Colm Cooper was the only Kerry player below inside in his own half.
Joe McMahon too young. Darren McCurry. He's backed again to Joe McMahon, the midfielder. Facing him over in the tight corner of the stand is Brian Sheehan. It's still the midfielder. Plays it outside here now too. Matty Donnelly. Stephen O'Neill does not start. He's not there. I can't see the number 14 is not. Way over on this side, all in his own is Sean O'Neill. Donica Walsh got sucked into the middle. Now he's divided. Walsh is going for the kick, and it's half blocked. Is it gone out? It's gone wide. There was no kick to touch it at the end, but maybe something that Donica Walsh will have to keep his eye on.
Oh, yeah, that was a terrible miss by Sean O'Neill. Sean O'Neill got the ball inside the 45 on his own, sold a little dummy, went right in. He'd nothing to do, and he absolutely tipped it over the bar. It was so easy, you could do it with your eyes closed, and a very bad kick by him, and Donica Walsh had left them all in his own bad miss. Kerry lead 3 points to 1.
Keeley to take this kick out once again. The man from Kilcommon, he drives it out to the right-hand side of the field, well, maybe down the middle. Up goes Anthony Maher and gets the break as Owen Brosnan. Owen Brosnan low to James O'Donoghue, who's full of running so far. O'Donoghue, well, he was substituted last week. I can't see them taking him off today so far. Declan O'Sullivan floats it into the corner to Donaghy. Donaghy will do well to get something out of this, but he's beaten through there by Conor Clark. Conor Clark is the full-back, and Conor Clark plays it across the face of his goal, but it was safe enough to do it because there wasn't a Kerry man inside. Conor Gormley is the centre half-back. He plays it outside to the wing-back. Kerry trying to get possession back, and they have. And Colm Cooper nips in. Colm Cooper to Tomas O'Shea. Tomas O'Shea looks up, plays it out to his left to Paul Galvin. Paul Galvin floating it, but floating it into a Tyrone man. That's a poor pass. Colm Kavanagh nips it up. 3 points to 1. Players are the fans looking for a free to Kerry, but it's a free to Tyrone.
That was a very bad pass by Paul Galvin. He'd be very disappointed. Got the ball and turned around and gave it straight to Tyrone, man. Very untypical.
8 points, or 3 points to 1. 8 minutes gone. Far side is Matty Donnelly. Matty Donnelly, saw you there, Joe McMahon. This Owen Mulligan, I think this is his first touch of the action. It is Owen Mulligan Plays it inside to the middle to Conor Gormley. Conor Gormley, Kerry doing well, man to man, forcing Tyrone back so far. Looking for it again was Owen Mulligan. It's gathered by the number 25, Ronan McNamee. Plays it inside to the corner. Mark O'Shea is the man inside there, putting his two hands out, saying to the referee, I didn't touch the Tyrone man. And David Goldrick believes him and agrees with him. Again, Tyrone on the run, little bit of pulling off the ball. This is the Mark Donnelly. Danger here, and a good hand pass gone in there, Wishy, by, let's pick him up. Was it Paul Galvin down his knees? I think it is.
It is indeed a great interception by Paul Galvin. Saved a very dangerous situation. Away come Kerry.
Here comes Declan O'Sullivan. Packed terrace, watching the Drummond man. Declan outside to Colm Cooper. One former captain to the present day captain. Gooch gets away from two of them, three of them. They pull him to the ground. That could be a card. I think it should be a card, maybe for Conor Gormley. We'll wait and see.
Yeah, Colm Cooper, great run by Declan O'Sullivan, gave the ball to Colm Cooper. Colm Cooper was going through and he was pulled and he was dragging. He was absolutely upscuttled, and this could be the first card of the game. We'll see what the referee, but as you say, Gary, this is a very sensible referee, really. Yep. We'll see what he'll do here now.
For this guy.
But Cooper was heavily fouled that time.
He's calling Conor Gormley. I have good time for David Goldrick. I think he's the best referee in the business, because I think since Pat McEnany went, this is the best man that we have. And he's gone for the notebook. Now, whether he's gone for the card or not, maybe it's just a bit of a warning. Might be ticking, could be yellow card. We'll wait and see. The answer to the question is yellow card for Conor Gormley. Yeah. Certainly did think it was initially, because he sandwiched Colm Cooper, didn't he?
He did indeed. It was a very heavy tackle, and Cooper, this is a free way out the field now, well out to 45 by Brian Sheehan. Is he on his kicking today? Is Brian Sheehan on the big ones? This is the first big kick of the game for Brian Sheehan. A great start for Kerry. They're leading 3 points to 1, and that was a great run by Declan O'Sullivan to give it to Colm Cooper. Kerry now, I must say, they're playing 12 and 13 men behind the ball. They're playing the swarm game. They're giving Tyrone, as the fella says, some of their own medicine.
Well, it's Brian Sheehan, 50 yards at least out, well outside the 45-metre line, and there was a brief injury inside there to Ronan McNamee, but he seems to be okay. And David Goldrick says to Brian Sheehan, yes, now we're ready to go.
This could lift the crowd. If he puts this over, Gary, you'll hear the cheer above in Tyrone.
Well, there'll be no need for me to commentate on whether it's gone over or not. You'll know it yourself with the crowd of this. Brian Sheehan, hands in the hips, so you can see from the number 9 that it is waving to the left, and the wind is behind Brian Sheehan. Here he comes. Is he on his game for free kicks? A good 50 yards out. Brian Sheehan. It's high, it's curling, and it's held over the crossbar by Pascal McConnell. He needed all 6'6" of his frame for that one.
He did indeed. It was a beautiful judge kick by Brian Sheehan. Remember, he was 50 yards out, and the big high ball came in. It was landing on top of the crossbar, and the goalkeeper Pascal McConnell went up, caught the ball on top of the crossbar. We thought it was gone over. One of the forwards came in and gave him an elbow into the...
Colm Cooper and his man is having at it inside, I can tell you, in the cornerback position. Nice piece, I must say, in the programme as well today. Kieran Donaghy's late dad, of course, the man, the wheel from Tyrone, Oliver Donaghy, of course, looking down on his son this afternoon. Nice piece written in the programme as well by him. Tyrone trying to build from the back now again. Conor Gormley. And that's a free.
Doubtful. That looked like a shoulder charge to me.
Well, it's a boisterous Kerry fan base at the moment. Jack O'Connor said to me yesterday, I said, an intimidating atmosphere, Jack. Well, he says, I don't like using the word intimidating in sports, but he said, well, let's hope it'll be a cauldron for Tyrone.
Now, Gary, the big thing is Kerry have got off to a great start. How much has gone?
Nearly 12.
12 minutes now. They've got off to a great start, but the thing is now to maintain it. Will the momentum drop?
To build in it.
With the building it, and will the momentum drop? We'll see what happens from here on for the next 12 minutes.
Ronan McNamee plays it back to Peter Hart, who's wearing 12 but playing extremely deep, and wherever he goes, Killian Young follows him. Kerry are playing a sweeping role now. Owen Brosnan is the loose man back in defence. Tyrone, very, very short passing game so far. Peeling off was Colm Kavanagh. On the ball at the moment is Mark Donnelly. Donnelly getting away from Donegal Walsh and from Kieran Donaghy. Plays it into the middle to Peter Hart. Peter Hart transfers it outside to the full back, goes all the way up the field. Would you believe it? Conor Clark has scored a point from Tyrone. You mightn't see too many full-backs doing it in the championship.
That was a great movement by Tyrone, because remember, Kerry had bringing 12 and 13 men behind the ball. They held it, they passed it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 passes into Conor Clark. The Conor Clark, the full-back, was away up, well inside the Kerry 45, kicking into the scoreboard goal here in sunlit Fitzgerald Stadium, and straightened through over the bar, 3 points to 2.
Kerry leading by a point, 13 minutes gone. This is going very near the sideline, not the greatest kick out in the world from Brendan Keeley. He gave Brian Sheehan too much to do. It will be a line ball right down in front of the commentary box here in the terrace, and it'll be taken by Sean O'Neill. And Sean O'Neill plays it in again to the centre forward, Mark Donnelly. Mark Donnelly taking on Brosnan all over the place. This is Matty Donnelly. Matty Donnelly Off his shoulder is Sean O'Neill. Sean O'Neill playing it out to young McCurry. Darren McCurry. Remember, he's only 19, he's only out of forwards, or he's only out of minors. Again, Tyrone, very, very sharp passing game. Ryan McMinimum, we see. This wholesale changes, and we apologise for not seeing them of late, but when you have to follow the play, Ryan McMinimum was on the field to play.
He is indeed,
that's three changes for Tyrone.
And we were told the team would be the same.
This ball is kicked in long and wide by Ronan McNamee, so Ryan McMinimum in again.
Yes, indeed, Gary. Ryan McManamon in there. He's one of the old stagers in the Tyrone team too, and that was another good passing movement by Tyrone. But Kerry defending. But Tyrone now they're after winning 4 balls in the middle of the field. Kerry are after winning 6, so Tyrone are closing down. We'll see how things go.
Oh, and Brosnan goes up high. Thought he was pulled to the ground, so did the fans, but referee didn't see it that way. Peter Hart picks the ball up and away he goes, and Tyrone's running after him is Killian Young. Plays it outside to Donnelly. 3 points to 2. There's a tangling match on the ground. We'll keep our eye on it, but there's a Kerry man and there's a Tyrone man. The Kerry man is Shane Enright. I'm not sure what the Tyrone man is. No punches thrown, but I'll tell you, they tested the fabric of the jersey. It's a free out to Kerry.
Yeah, and we were lucky there. There wasn't a free against Kerry. Tyrone man went through there. Gary, it was the centre forward, Mark Donnelly. Maybe he was fouled. Thought maybe he was. The referee waved the play on, and as all that was going on, there was a little bit of off the ball stuff going on. The referee now is going to go into the umpire with the mic is after calling him inside.
Well, it was Shane Enright. I didn't pick up which one of the Tyrone players. It possibly was Martin Penrose, the man he's marking, but the referee has gone into a consultation with his umpires. Maybe yellow cards be shown, but there definitely was the two of them dragging and pulling each other to the ground. Don't think there was any slaps done.
Yeah, nothing serious, as you said, Gary. Just a bit of pulling and dragging.
David Goldrick is coming straight out, and the first man he'll go to, I would think, is Shane Enright, and he might go to Penrose as well. We'll wait and see what will happen here. Yeah, he certainly is. The notebook is out, and he is calling both, so that possibly is a yellow for Martin Penrose and for Shane Enright. We've already had one yellow, of course, in Conor Gormley, the centre-back for Tyrone, getting it. But a frantic start we see to the game.
And the game is settling down now, as we said. Kerry bringing 12 or 13 in behind the ball. Tyrone holding the ball, coming up the field, the whole team coming up, and they just keep passing it over and back until they work themselves into position to score. The very same as what Westmeath did last Sunday. They played Kerry the very same way. Kerry defending in depth and Tyrone attacking in depth.
Well, yellow card to both. David Goldrick stamping his authority, having no messing. Yellow card to Martin Penrose, yellow card to Shane Enright, and the kick out, or the free, quickly taken by Brian Sheehan to Declan O'Sullivan. Declan O'Sullivan got the first points of the afternoon, of course. 3 points to 2. Kerry leading. 16 minutes gone. Declan has a lot to do. There's two of them pulling and dragging at him all the time. Plays it back now to Tomas. Tomas O'Shea looks up, drives it inside for Donaghy. Ball hops in front of Donaghy. Donaghy gathers it, taking on Conor Clark. Clark, of course, is the full-back. So far, he's got a point. Donaghy hasn't scored. Clark loses his footing. Still Donaghy is isolated. Help has come from the captain, Colm Cooper. Very, very tight angle of the O'Connor stand. Gives it outside to Donncha Walsh. Donncha Walsh, no way through there. That was a cul-de-sac. That was no way through that passage. 45 yards out, maybe 50. Tomas O'Shea lamped it high, and it's gone left and wide.
Yeah, Tomas O'Shea making his 81st appearance for Kerry today, equaling the record of his brother Dara. If Kerry win today and he plays next weekend, he'll be the highest man ever to play with the most appearances for Kerry. But he kicked that wide from outside the 45. The breeze is a nice little breeze, Gary.
It is indeed. Paul Galvin putting in the tackle there. The referee says illegally so. And number 25, Ronan McNamee, certainly put Paul Galvin back in his backside and pushed him on the face. There was a connection with the face. No way can Paul Galvin be blamed for this one, Weeshing.
No way in the world, Gary, because it was all the Tyrone men, and it was the substitute Ronan McNamee, the man who came on, number 25 at the start. He'd probably get a yellow card here, I'd say, Gary.
Well, I would definitely think there's no way in the world was Paul Galvin blamed for that. I don't think he even showed him a card, but Tyrone have lost their free anyway. It's a hot ball. Yeah. Kieran Donaghy and Colm Kavanagh. Again, Brian Sheehan pulling and dragging with his man again. Up goes Donaghy, 6'6". He gathers it. Brian Sheehan gathers it. And away goes Sheehan, bursting his way through 3 or 4 players. Never lifted off the ball. Happening again between Kieran Donaghy and Colm Kavanagh. But Tyrone has the ball back and carried it back. Killian Young, much better. Anthony Marr, there's another fight has erupted in the middle of the field. Paul Galvin again pushed to the ground. And again, we'll continue with the pace. James O'Donoghue getting away from his man. Jersey pulled, Martin Penrose. It's all happening here.
It is indeed in a great run once again by James O'Donoghue. O'Donoghue's just taken on his man and gone through. He was pulled and he was dragged. There's a lot of off the ball stuff going on, Gary. There's kind of, they're not actually punches. There's a lot of shoving games going on, and Paul Galvin has been shoved to the ground just before all that was happening there. This is very unsavoury, really.
Well,
there's not punches being thrown, but there's dragging and pulling and players holding each other back. That type of stuff that's happening now at the moment.
Well,
unsavoury stuff.
Ronan McNamee certainly didn't learn his lesson. He's trying to provoke Paul Galvin all the time, is Ronan McNamee. There's one way out of this. You can hear the crowd getting behind the Kingdom. There'll be cards shown, and there won't be yellow. So there's only one other colour that you could get shortly. David Goldrick, I don't think, will take much messing here. You can hear the crowd getting around, getting behind the Kerry team. Brian Sheehan will take this free. He's going out for a very, very strict chat with Paul Galvin and with Ronan McNamee. From what I've seen, I can't see in the world where Galvin was guilty at all.
No, but Gary, but he was there. We'll see what the referee does. He certainly doesn't deserve a yellow card anywhere. No. And the referee's taken out his notebook now, and he's gone booking. I'd say he's gone booking McNamee.
Well, he should.
And he definitely, McNamee, to me, and he was pushing and pulling Galvin. Whether he's going to get a yellow card, we're going to see what happens, and it's going to be a free in for Kerry when all this happening. Yeah. And Brian Sheehan is a very scoreable free lined up. No, it's going to be a yellow card for Declan also.
Sure, Paul Galvin doesn't deserve a yellow here.
No, the problem is when you're involved, when you're near something like that, and that has happened Galvin before. He's got yellow cards for stuff. Yeah,
2 yellows.
He's got yellow cards for stuff that he has never done. That's what he has, and he got it there also. Well, give a dog a bad name.
Yeah. Well, if they're going out to provoke Paul Galvin, it works there, because Ryan McMinimum certainly deserved, or not Ryan McMinimum, my apologies, Ronan McNamee
certainly. The ref is talking to Kieran Donaghy now.
He is. Ronan McNamee certainly provoked Paul Galvin, not once but twice, but look, the referee, he said, I'm not going to book one of you, I'm going to book the two of you. Now he's having a chat with Kieran Donaghy and his man. There could be another spate of yellow cards here.
Yeah, the whole thing is very unsavoury, really.
And in the meantime, Brian Sheehan is inside the 45 and he's taking a drink of water, and Brian Sheehan wants to get on and take this free, but there'll be a bit of housework to do.
2 yellow cards.
More yellows.
One for the midfielder, Colin Kavanagh is after getting one, and Kieran Donaghy is after getting a yellow card.
So, on Kerry's side, we've Paul Galvin, we've Shane Enright and Kieran Donaghy already booked. That's 3. On the opposite side, we've Ronan McNamee getting booked, we've Conor Gormley getting booked, and Martin Penrose. 6 yellows and 20 minutes gone. Yeah,
and there was no punch thrown, I must say. It was by the holding and pulling and dragging and unsavoury stuff off the ball going on. Brian Sheehan, I'd imagine he'd put this over, Gary. He's very scoreable.
There'll be a massive, massive cheer from the crowd.
James O'Donoghue had been fouled, if you forget what we had just said.
Right, 21 minutes gone. This to put Kerry 4-2 up. Brian Sheehan with the kick. Brian Sheehan with the point. Kerry lead 4 points to 2. 21 minutes gone.
Yeah, that's Brian Sheehan's second free. You'll put your house in there. A lovely point by Sheehan. Quick kick out by Tyrone.
And it's Joe McMahon. Kieran Donaghy trying to get it back. So too is a high challenge going in from, well, the referee says it was an illegal shoulder from Brian Sheehan, and Conor Gormley went down like a sack of potatoes.
Yeah, it was a frontal shoulder, Gary. Frontal challenge.
Another yellow.
This game is bubbling up. That's what it is. And Brian Sheehan is going to get a yellow card here. The Tyrone man is down. It's the centre back, Conor Gormley, as you say.
No card, we see.
No card.
Just a ticking.
Yeah.
Brian Sheehan walks away. Conor Gormley went down there fairly rapidly.
Yeah, he got a tulker of a belt from Brian Sheehan. And I can tell you, when Sheehan hits you, he's 6'3" and built a match. He's like bell metal. And when he hit the centre back there, he just threw him up in the air and back in his backside. And he went down. He really felt that.
Sun beginning to shine out once again here. Thank God we've got a beautiful, beautiful day for football. James O'Donoghue, the Watermen are busy today. James O'Donoghue taking a swig of the action so far. Conor Gormley is up about. He has recovered.
4 points to 2.
4 points to 2 is spot on, and 22 minutes and 10 seconds gone in the first half. Remember, whoever loses is gone from the championship this year, gone in the month of July. Well, it's not too often we can say that for Kerry or either Tyrone. They dominated the 2000s, so they did. Tyrone, of course, have never lost, or Kerry have never lost in the backdoor system. This ball is driven long way over there for Matty Donnelly. Kerry have never beaten Tyrone this group in the championship. They last did in 1986. High ball, driven in high, but it's gone very much to the left and wide. Another wide for Tyrone.
Another wide for Tyrone. That's Tyrone's third wide now there. And it was the wing forward who was at the end of it, Matty Donnelly. He took a kick. It was a very poor effort, really. He was well out towards the wing. It was kicking into the scoreboard goal, and it was a poor effort by him, and the ball went wide in his own side. Kerry still lead 4 points to 2.
And Brendan Keeley to take this kick out. 23 minutes gone. Brendan Keeley out to middle. Brian Sheehan was pushed there. If he was ever pushed. 2003 semi-final, of course, Kerry lost 13-6. The final of 2005, 116 to 210, Kerry lost. And the 2008 final, Kerry lost 14 points to 115. Anthony Maher, can they address it today? Driving it long for Donaghy. Donaghy has it well held by him to Colm Cover. Colm Cover bearing down a goal. Is this a goal? Is punched. Oh, off the upright. Back into play, very unlucky.
Oh, lovely ball into Kieran Donaghy. He gave the ball to Colm Cooper. Cooper went right through. It looked like there might have been a goal on, but he was at a bit of an angle. Punch for the point, hit the post and came back out. He'd be very disappointed with that. Colm Cooper should have put that over the bar.
The run again. Tyrone trailing 4 points to 2. Long ball inside here, and it's got inside to the number 20. Then of course is Darren McCurry. Darren McCurry, he's own Mulligan with him so far. Has been quite enough Mulligan. Aidan Mahoney doing well. Plays the ball back out to his midfielder Colm Kavanagh. Colm Kavanagh trying to break the tackle of Paul Galvin. Galvin, of course, one of the guys in the yellow. He'll have to be very obedient inside there. This is outside to Donnelly. Matty Donnelly. Mark Donnelly, rather. Mark Donnelly's the centre half forward. Back to Owen Mulligan. Owen Mulligan plays it across here. Tomas O'Shea turned his back at the right moment. I say he got a shout from one of the players, and he's got it back. It is Declan O'Sullivan. Declan O'Sullivan bringing in an awful lot of ball. Good ball out of defence. Gives it now to James O'Donoghue, and here's Tomas again. And the crowd get behind the young Gaeltacht man. Tomas O'Shea, low to the captain, to the gooch. Colm Cooper looking up. Will he play it for Donaghy? Will he take him on himself? He gives it to Donncha Walsh. Donncha Walsh calling for it to James O'Donoghue. James O'Donoghue swung there. Referee gives the advantage. Good effort from O'Donoghue. Great point from James O'Donoghue. And Kerry leads by 5 points to 2.
Oh, lovely point by James O'Donoghue. The lead was all made by Declan O'Sullivan, Colm Cooper and Donncha Walsh. Lovely link up there. Gave the ball to James O'Donoghue. Donoghue threw off 2 or 3 tackles, and with the left leg, he's a left-legged kicker, put the ball over the bar. A lovely point by James O'Donoghue, kicking into the dressing room goal here in Fitzgerald Stadium, and a lovely link up. Great move, and there's a Tyrone man down injured. Looks like it's the hamstring of the knee.
Matty Donnelly.
It's the hamstring. The knee is Matty Donnelly. His knee seems to be his left knee, I'd say.
It looks like, yeah, Matty Donnelly. Well, while we have a break in play, maybe he's the youngest Kerry supporter I mentioned today. He's 1 year old today. His name is Shea McElhatton, and he's living down there in Ballinaskellig. We got an email during the week to give him a big mention. Not sure if he can tune into us or not, but anyway. Great start though, 5 points to 2. We've had editing wish in the first 25 minutes.
Yeah, and Kerry are taking their chances, and James O'Donoghue is really sparkling in the corner there, and Colm Cooper looks back to his best. A big improvement in Kerry today. Alison Slattery, Tim Slattery, his daughter, is listening out in Montreal. Alison and all your family, I hope you enjoyed the game. Kerry are leading here 5 points to 2.
I've never heard the crowd, and even when we were here covering Munster finals, I've never heard them more vociferous as today.
You're right, they're chanting Kerry, 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 and that's a great lift, of course, for Kerry. The sun beaming down into the eyes of the Tyrone goalkeeper, Pascal McConnell.
26 minutes gone. We will have another break in play. Donnelly still down injured.
Lot of stoppages in the game, yeah.
At least 5 minutes, I would think, of additional time. Anyway, David Coldrick says Matty Donnelly is okay, and it's Pascal McConnell to take the kick out. 5 points to Kerry, 2 points to Tyrone. 26.5 minutes gone here in a sun-drenched Fitzgerald Stadium. Out to the middle of the field they go. They're adjusting their strides, and Anthony Maher absolutely majestically pulls it down from the crowd. Anthony Maher, there with him is Tomas O'Shea. The runner again is O'Donoghue. James O'Donoghue, I'll tell you, is motoring well this afternoon for Kerry. O'Donoghue gets away there again from another one. He meant to solo it, but it landed into the hands of Kieran Donaghy. Tight angle from Donaghy, crossed the face of the goal, and again hits the upright. But no Kerry player wishy inside round the square.
No, James O'Donoghue went to solo the ball, but was better than a good one, because he gave the ball to Donaghy. Donaghy went for the point from in front of the dressing room, the ball went across the goal, hit the post and came back out, and away come Tyrone again. Kerry leading 5 points to 2.
Sean O'Neill is the man. Sean O'Neill O'Neill building from the back there as well. O'Neill does well, plays it out. The referee waves play on. Matty Donnelly seems to have recovered. Again, a little bit of off the ball. Paul Galvin walks away from his man. So too, I think the guy he was on a yellow as well. Penrose trying to get into the action. Killian Young getting a boot in there, and Kerry have it back. And Declan O'Sullivan again doing great work around the half-back line is O'Sullivan. This now is Colm Cooper into space to O'Donoghue. He'll do well to get something out of this. James O'Donoghue and his man Aidan McCrory free out to Tyrone.
Yeah, and the Kerry work rate is absolutely unbelievable. The work rate, they're all working so much. Kerry are going much better today than they were last Sunday. Remember, Tyrone have only scored 1 point off a play since the game began. Kerry have scored 3 points off a play.
28 minutes gone here at the Fitzgerald Stadium. If you've joined us late, you've missed a cracker. 5 points to 2, and we've already have 6 yellow cards, and Kerry leading here at the moment. This ball is driven in long. Shane Enright is out first. He gets a toe. In fact, it was Mark Gaucher. Mark Gaucher who got the toe into it. This is Anthony Maher. Back to Killian Young. Back to Anthony Maher. Into Owen Brosnan. Owen Brosnan into Donica Walsh. Donica Walsh looks up. All Kerry possession so far, using the space of the Fitzgerald Stadium, and gives it to James O'Donoghue. James O'Donoghue from 45 yards out, trying to sell the dummy to Aidan McCrory. Donoghue gives it back to Donaghy. Donaghy to Paul Galvin. Paul Galvin into space, and it's, I thought he'd overcooked it. He hadn't. Donica Walsh on the run. Donica Walsh. Declan O'Sullivan looking for it. Donica Walsh at a tight angle. No Kerry player to get around the edge of the square. A poor finish in the end. Yeah,
Donegal got the ball near the corner flag at the end line. He tried to go for a point, kicked it across the face of the goal. But Kerry are playing very expansive football now. They're playing very well. And when Tyrone attack, Kerry are back in depth. Can they keep coming back like that? Can they keep up this pace? The pace of the game is very fast.
Paul Galvin getting a tackle in on the other number 10. That's Matty Donnelly inside for Owen Mulligan. I mentioned we haven't seen a whole pile of Mulligan. Aidan Mahoney's done well in him so far. Tight angle from Mulligan. Mulligan at the tail across the face of the goal, and another wide for Tyrone.
Yeah, Tyrone's fourth wide, and Owen Mulligan got the ball. It was the second ball he got since the game went on, and he's been marked by Aidan O'Mahony, and they're facing each other now just under the St. Finnan's Hospital corner there. Mulligan got the ball, went around Mahoney, went for the point, kicked across the ball, the face of the goal, gave it every chance, but pulled the ball wide. 5 points to 2. Tyrone lead, and Kerry definitely the better team now and playing very well.
29 and a half minutes gone. The Kingdom lead here by 3 points as the wind begins to rise a little bit. Out to the middle. Maher looks up. Maher goes up, and he's fouled there. A push in the back by Mark Donnelly. Kerry doing well at midfield, Wishy.
Kerry have won 9 midfield kick-outs, and Tyrone have won 8. That's the link up at the moment. 8-9, and Kerry have won the extra one.
Declan O'Sullivan puts it right into the chest of Kieran Donaghy. Great pass from Declan into Brian Sheehan. Tight angle. Sheehan, he certainly his back turned the goal, and he knows himself. He fluffed that one.
Yeah, Declan O'Sullivan having a great game. What the work rate by that man from South Kerry. Whatever they eat and drink down there in South Kerry, it is working. He's all over the field. Lovely ball into Donaghy. Donaghy into Brian Sheehan. Brian Sheehan turned around, went for the point, but pulled it way across the face of the goal. Gave it no chance whatsoever. He'd be a bit disappointed with that.
30 minutes gone. So 35-minute half, of course, in Championship, and I would say there'll be definitely 3 or 4 minutes of additional time. Out to the middle of the field. High goes Sheehan, and high goes Kavanagh, and broken down to Paul Galvin. Declan O'Sullivan in space now. Chance to kick. Steadies himself brilliantly over the bar by Declan O'Sullivan. Great score.
Oh, beautiful, stylish footballer, Declan O'Sullivan. What a lovely player he is. And Anthony Maher, great feeling in the middle of the field by Maher. Turned around, gave the ball to Declan, and he loves getting on that left leg. Got inside the 45-metre line, and with the left leg he just floated the ball from inside the 45 over the bar. Fabulous kick. Kerry lead 6 points to 2, and looking good.
Kick out by Pascal McConnell straight into Brian Sheehan's hands. It's all Kerry at the moment. Could they ever get one goal before the half-time whistle? What a boost that would be. Sheehan to Walsh. Walsh looking up into the middle to Shane Enright. Shane Enright to Colm Cooper, demanding it, getting it, springing it across to Donaghy. What a pass. Donaghy looks up out to Paul Galvin. If he gets a point, the place will erupt. Paul Galvin can do no wrong. That's the first score of the game from the Fidoog, man.
Absolutely lovely football, beautiful football by Kerry, wonderful football by Kerry. And Paul Galvin was at the end of that lovely move. They're passing the ball. Tyrone are absolutely stunned. They don't know what's happening at the moment, because the Kerry forwards are running all over the place, and the Tyrone defence is just being caught. They just can't keep up to them. They can't contain the Kerry forwards. And Paul Galvin was at the end of that, well out the field, left leg over the bar, beautiful kick.
Ryan McMiniman is down, and the referee says you're not getting a sympathy vote for this one. You either go off or the play continues. So I think a little bit of gamesmanship we see coming into it.
Yeah, Tyrone seemed to be slowing up the play that little bit. Gary, no doubt about it. And the Tyrone man is down now, Mac minimum, and he's okay now. He's in.
Brian Sheehan with a great catch. Brilliant catch again by Sheehan. The boot went in there from Conor Kavanagh. And it's a free, says David Goldrick to Kerry. Kerry leads 7 points to 2. And the watch tells us 32 minutes gone. Great pass to Colm Cooper. Kerry have not put no passes astray. On the right or left, it makes no difference to the man by the name of Colm the Gooch Cooper.
Lovely point by Colm Cooper. Kerry won the ball in the middle of the field again. They're dominating midfield. They have won 12 midfield kickouts, and Tyrone have won 8. The ball finished up with Colm Cooper with the right leg, the cloakman, the captain, over the bar. Paul Gallivan, Declan O'Sullivan, Colm Cooper and James O'Donoghue, the forwards, they've all scored off a play now. Kerry are leading 8 points to 2 and playing their best football of the year, let me tell you.
Almost 33 minutes gone. High up the middle of the field it goes, and Maher breaks it to Paul Galvin. For the last 5 minutes, Kerry are dominant. Well, if they got a goal, this place would erupt. Tomas O'Shea says, I want to get a point. Kicks it with the left. This one is tailing to the left and wide.
Yeah, a bit ambitious by Tomas O'Shea, the man making his 81st appearance. And Kerry absolutely dominating now, winning all the ball around the middle of the field, passing it off the forwards and running all over the place. They're playing superbly at the moment. This is a great display by Kerry, a great first half at the moment anyway. We'll see as the game goes on, but a wonderful display, their best display of the year, 8 points to 2, that's in my book.
Energy sapping day. If you come for excitement, you're in the right spot. If you come to get a tan, you're in the right spot. Out to the middle of the field it goes. Brian Sheehan with a nudge. There was a nudge, he can't complain. There was a nudge by Sheehan. David Goldrick spot on. It's a free to Tyrone.
Blatant nudge there, Gary is right, no doubt at all about it.
Sean O'Neill to Joe McMahon. Declan O'Sullivan getting the tackle in. Back again, will come Tyrone. Make no doubt about that. 2 hits going in. One from Declan, one from Owen Brosnan. Free to Mark Donnelly. And we are gone 34 minutes. We'll see how much of additional time will be added on. This ball inside in danger here. This is McCurry. McCurry, he turns, he shoots and he scores. This young man, number 20, Darren McCurry, has got his first point of the afternoon.
Yeah, that was a lovely point by the young fella. He showed us there why he kicked 4 points against Roscommon last Sunday. He got the ball, and it was the first time really that Mark O'Shea has given him a chance. The very first time, got the ball, went to kick in the right, came back in the left, and with the left leg, he split the post. A beautiful kick by him. And there's a change on the Tyrone team, and 8 points to 3. Lovely point by McCurry. A lovely move, lovely balance by him.
Matty Donnelly, the number 10 who was injured, is gone to the stands. He's off, and Aidan Cassidy, number 17, is in. That's the change. Donica Walsh. Was there a push? There was, by Sean O'Neill on Donica Walsh. In fairness to Goldrick, he's missed nothing. Brian Sheehan with a free, 80 yards at least out. We haven't seen how much additional time will be added on. We are playing 35 now. Anthony Maher on the 45, driving high for Donaghy. Up he goes. Broken from him though into the hands of Conor Gormley, and Conor Gormley will come out with this one. 8 points to Kerry, 3 points to Tyrone. It's been a very, very good first half. Number 19, is that Damien McCall as well? It is. Damien McCall, the tackle going in there from Paul Galvin, trying to get the ball back for Kerry. Penrose, Donnelly, back to McCall, making good inroads, playing it outside to Owen Mulligan. Aidan O'Mahony sticking like glue to him. Cross the face of the goal here again to the Cassidy that's just coming in. Aidan Cassidy, free in. Brian Sheehan penalised. 25-yard free.
Yeah, Aidan Cassidy's first touched the ball since he came on. He was at the end of that lovely passing move, and he was definitely pulled down. But that particular attack there, Gary, there was big holes appearing in the Kerry. It was the first time since the game began that I saw holes in the Kerry defence there, and it happened there. And the Tyrone moved the ball very fast out to the fence, and it resulted in that free for Cassidy. And this is an easy tip over free.
For Martin Penrose, it should be 8 points to 4. He's dead straight in front of the post, and Martin Penrose will not miss that one. Martin Penrose, number 13, he's on a yellow, and that's his first free of the first goal of the afternoon. 8 points to 4, Wishy. We're in injury time.
We're in injury time now, Gary. We'll see how much injury time there should be. Good, but there should be at least 5 minutes on here. Kerry now, after all the good work they put in, they certainly don't want to concede too much before they go in at half time, because that's a nice lead, 4 points.
Well, a good contingent. Anthony Maher pushed to the ground. I would think the referee didn't quite see it that way. Colm Kavanagh plays it again for Penrose, and Shane Enright, wins it independently.
The speed of Enright won it, Gary. The speed of the young fella.
Now to Donica Walsh, getting it there ahead of Sean O'Neill in front of the Kerry substitutes bench over there. Still Donica Walsh. Colm Cooper being pulled and dragged all the way inside, but the referee has given him the advantage. Cooper being marked now by Conor Gormley. Plays it outside to James O'Donoghue. His fellow Killarney man, and Gooch was pushed into the hoardings there by Conor Gormley, and he's already on a yellow, is she?
He is indeed now. We'll see what the referee will do here. I don't think he's going to put him off, Gary. The way he's not. He was pushed into the hoarding. All right, is going to be free in for Kerry. The referee is talking, but I don't think he'll give me a yellow card. We'll wait and see.
Well, Colm Cooper being pushed into the Ulster Bank hoarding, and for a man that works in the AB, he's looking at Ulster Bank right in front of him now. But the referee is going in and having a word with number 23 there, Ryan McMinimum. He's already on a yellow.
Yeah.
Don't think there's going to be any cards.
No, sensible refereeing, really. He didn't deserve to be put off for it, Gary. He shouldn't have done it, all right, but he certainly didn't deserve to be put off for it.
Well, James O'Donoghue has the ball in his hand, and Colm Cooper is rising gingerly to his feet. It's a good first half, whatever way you look at it, innit? From Kerry's perspective, we should need much better from last week.
Oh, it is a great first half. Kerry have been absolutely superb in the first half, Gary. Moving the ball well, dominating midfield. 14 kick-outs to 10 they have won around the middle of the field. And it's going to be, Colm Cooper's going to, he took the ball off of James O'Donoghue there, and the captain is going to take this. He's on the 21-metre line in front of the stand, on the sideline.
Well, if he pops this one, there will be some noise in the Fitzgerald Stadium. Colm Cooper, I think he'll have a cut of it from here. We've played 38 minutes and there won't be much more. In fact, he plays it backwards to Tomas O'Shea, into the middle to Anthony Maher, Anthony to Killian Young. Killian Young looks up, takes the hop, plays it back safely to Tomas O'Shea again. Tomas O'Shea looks up, gives it to Colm Cooper, who's left the stand position where he was. Back again to Killian Young. Killian Young, 45 yards out, flowing it inside for Kieran Donaghy, but a poor pass by Killian Young, left and wide.
Yeah, and I noticed Tyrone now are bringing their men back. They had 13 men behind the ball when that was happening, and if they start swarming, their defence is going to make it more difficult for Kerry. Kerry had lots of room in the first half, and at the other end they kept closing it up. The game has dropped that little bit. We didn't see how much time was going to be added on.
It's
4 minutes, yeah, 4 gone already, Gary. So maybe it was something around 5 minutes.
Let's see, we'll still play on. 39 minutes, out to the middle of the field. Brian Sheehan breaks it, and Kieran Donaghy's in to gather that break. One more point now for Kerry before half-time would be brilliant. Killian Young to Owen Brosnan, back to Paul Galvin. Kerry lead by double scores, 8 points to 4. Killian Young again on the ball. Still Killian Young. We will have no more. Half-time, Wishy, and Kerry lead by 4.
Yeah, 4. Nice lead, Gary. It is a lead that they're richly deserved. They're getting a huge ovation as they're going off the field from the Kerry supporters. It's a lead that they richly deserve because they have played some great football in the first half, and in particular
Clare, the losers exit the championship. We're just about ready for the start of the throw-in for the second half. Kerry are leading here by 8 points to 4, but whatever wind is there, it's favouring Tyrone now in the second half.
It is indeed, Gary. They're playing into the dressing room goal, the entrance goal, and remember, Tyrone, he backed into the very end. They're a good second half team.
Goldrick starts his watch, and so do I, and it's broken down straight away to Donaghy Walsh, who gets the break and gives it to Killian Young. Killian Young backwards gives it to Anthony Maher, breaks the tackle. Maher low for James O'Donoghue, doing well to get something out of this, and he does, says O'Donoghue. Keeps possession, the man from Legion, plays it back to Anthony Maher. Maher looking up, drives it inside for Donaghy. Donaghy gathers it and gathers the ball well. David Goldrick saying 2 or 3 of them swinging off in. Well won free by Kieran Donaghy.
Yes, indeed, and a great win also out the field by James O'Donoghue, and a lovely ball into Kieran Donaghy. Donaghy's done well today. He's after getting a good bit of criticism for his play. He has dropped and fallen, but I can tell you the star is playing exceptionally well today. He came out, collected a great ball. He was pulled and he was dragged. He was surrounded by 3 Tyrone men, and he was absolutely fell to the ground by 3 of them. And the referee said that's the free in. This would be an easy tip over free. Brian Sheehan kicking into the scoreboard goal with the St. Finnan's Hospital corner looking down on top of him, sun beaming down here. You'll put your house in this, Gary.
Well, Ryan McMinimum wanted to put Brian Sheehan off. Did I say 8 points to 3? It is 8 points to 4, of course. This to make it 9-4. Brian Sheehan, first score of the second half. Yes, he doesn't miss those ones. Kerry lead 9-4.
Yeah, 3 cheese by Brian Sheehan by the St. Mary's Castlevine man, and that was all came from lovely play by James O'Donoghue, who collected a great ball, left it off in. The ball went to Kieran Donaghy eventually, and he was pulled and he was dragged, and then Brian Sheehan went that free. We'll see now how Tyrone respond here.
Pascal McConnell, a minute and a half into the second half. Again, Sheehan goes high, and Owen Brosnan is the man who's nips in there. The Dr. Crokesman playing a little bit of soccer with it. Ball has spilt loose, and it's gone the way of Tyrone, and it was Colm Kavanagh who won it over there. Pull on the jersey by Owen Brosnan, free at midfield to Tyrone. Looking for it over here is Aidan Cassidy, but so far Tyrone, now they've taken the free. Sean O'Neill with possession in his own half-back line, coming into the middle of the field where justly roughly about where the ball is thrown in. Sean O'Neill plays it outside to his right hand side to Colm Kavanagh. Kavanagh drives it inside again. Shane Enright puts a hand in there. Good work again by the Tarbert man. He hasn't put a foot wrong with it.
Enright is looking very good. He's very fast, Gary, and he's playing his man from the front, and that was a great interception by Enright. He's playing tremendously well.
Crossfield ball here to Sean O'Neill. Is it Sean O'Neill? It's not. It's Aidan Cassidy. Aidan Cassidy plays the ball inside. Tyrone trying to build again. This is Gormley rather. Conor Gormley. Owen Mulligan being forced out all the time. Kerry man to man, 1-to-1. That's the way they're playing it so far. 23 is with a chance. Oh, there's danger side here. Cassidy's gone through. Cassidy has driven it over the bar, and that could have very easily been a goal for Tyrone.
Yes, indeed, Gary. That was a lovely move by Tyrone and Aidan. Cassidy was just left loose for a minute, got inside his man, got into the big square, but the goalkeeper, in fairness to Brendan Keeley, he came out and he cut down the angle, and Cassidy blazed the ball over the bar. And Brendan Keeley's aunt, she's lifting out in Boston, and her family out there. And I can tell you that I was talking to your brother yesterday, and he sends you best wishes. And Brendan Keeley cut down that angle there, and a point for Tyrone.
Keeley outside to the far side, and Brian Sheehan going up for it, but it's broken. But going back is Killian Young, and Killian Young gathers it and plays it outside now to Mark O'Shea, inside to oh, it's a heavy tackle on Anthony Maher, and I'll tell you, the referee didn't even see it because he had his back turned. And in the meantime, over on the far side, there's a Kerry man getting medical attention. I think that is Brian Sheehan. We'll have to wait and see. It is Brian Sheehan. Referee, I thought if he looked at that, he would have given a free, but he had his back turned to it. Ryan McMinimum plays it to Owen Mulligan. Owen Mulligan, one of the most experienced men in the team, and up against another experienced man, Aidan O'Mahony. This is McCurry. Darren McCurry, back to Mulligan. Mulligan for the post, that's high and right and wide from Owen Mulligan. Yeah, Mulligan
out there to 45, and there was a nice interaction play there by Mulligan and Dan McCurry, but there was great covering, close continuous covering without fouling by the Kerry defence, and Aidan O'Mahony never left his man get inside him. Mulligan tried to dummy him, went inside him. Aidan O'Mahony kept him out. He's done tremendously well, and he just wouldn't foul him, and Mulligan kicked it wide.
Keeley out to the middle, Brian Sheehan broken from him, and broken well by Colm Kavanagh, picked up by Tomas O'Shea to Owen Brosnan. There's life in the old dogs yet, so they're saying. Brosnan and Tomas combining. Tomas burst the tackle, it releases Declan O'Sullivan. Declan O'Sullivan, 2 points from play before, and is this 3? Declan O'Sullivan has kicked his 3rd point from play.
Declan O'Sullivan, what an absolutely beautiful Rolls-Royce footballer he is. He reminds you sometime of Seamus O'Mahony. He is that type of Seamus Moynihan. What a lovely player. Gary, when he gets on that left leg, in that position, the left leg in the position he's in, he's absolutely deadly.
Well, 3 points so far from the man from Drummond, and it's a 10 points to 5 lead. A man listening to us out in Canada this afternoon, Joseph O'Mahony. Joseph is from Muckross. He's tuned in, and all over the world, wherever you're tuned in, if you're a Kerry person. So far, so good. Paul Galvin fouling his man back there. Paul Galvin walks away. He's on a yellow. Bring it up, bring it further.
10 points to 5, Kerry leading.
And we're gone 5 minutes into the second half. Long ball again, Owen Broad. Brian Sheehan getting the buzz session back. Tomas O'Shea to Kieran Donaghy. Kieran Donaghy's Paul Galvin to his right, wants him to make the run. Galvin has it, back to Donaghy. It's opened up. Donaghy to the gooch. Oh, it was one pass too much, Weeshy, wasn't it?
Oh, yes, Kieran Donaghy was just gone through. It looked like there was a goal on. The defender came back and he went to pass it to Colm Cooper. The pass was just intercepted. It was the first opportunity of a goal since the game began.
Martin Penrose and Shane Enright. Enright breaks it into Donica Walsh. Enright, I must say, I'm so impressed with this young man from Tarbert. Donica inside to Brian Sheehan. It'll be free in the middle of the field to Kerry. Also a very impressive performance by Brian Sheehan.
Brian Sheehan is very strong looking, Gary. That game against Westmeath brought him on a ton after his injury, and Shane Enright is playing an absolutely superb game, the man from Tarbert.
Here's Tomas O'Shea, one of the elder statesmen of the Kerry team, into Paul Galvin. James O'Donoghue looking for it, so too Killian Young. Paul Galvin not giving it to any one of the two of them yet. Now he gives it back to Tomas O'Shea, just about a yard outside the 45. High ball for Donaghy. Donaghy broken from him though, and Sean O'Neill. Donaghy's isolated though, Wishy, when he is inside.
He is indeed, yeah, and the big high ball went in there, but there was the man standing in front of him, man behind him. He had no hope of getting it. Away come Tyrone.
Away come Tyrone, and Aidan Cassidy, the man that had a chance just a few moments ago of the goal, plays it inside to Mark Donnelly. Mark Donnelly, great tackle again by Shane Enright. This is Owen Mulligan. Owen Mulligan to young McCurry. Curry plays it outside to Peter Hart. Over here on the far side is Conor Gormley all on his own. This is still Peter Hart running into another cul-de-sac. Back to Mark Donnelly. Great defensive work by Kerry, and they're forcing the ball crowd all the time. Owen Mulligan across here again to number 23, Ryan McMinimum. McMinimum plays it inside to the corner. Mark O'Shea pounds out, points to one of the Kerry players, but that's a beautiful save. I was going to say beautiful point.
Yeah, lovely. It was a lovely kick by Dan McCurry, the young man, and it landed right in the top of the goalkeeper. Well saved by the goalkeeper. It looked like it was going over the bar. Great move by, but wonderful defending by Kerry. The Kerry discipline defending. The discipline is the word, and discipline is what it's all about.
So far, so good for Kerry. They're giving Tyrone a lesson, and it's on Brosnan on their bust. 45 yards out from goal, looking for Colm Cooper, but well cut out by Joe McMahon. The watch tells us 7.5 minutes gone in this second half, and Kerry leads by 10 points to 5. Mark Donnelly with possession. Donnelly back to Cassidy. Aidan Cassidy gives it to his midfielder, Joe McMahon. Joe McMahon, late challenge of Donegal Walsh. Referee didn't see much wrong with it. Inside to the corner again to McCurry. Darren McCurry. McCurry is on the run. It's 1-1 here. It's Gormley going through. Brilliant save by Keeley, and it's gone into the net. It's an own goal as far as I can see, Weeshy. It's gone off Tomas O'Shea. It's a goal for Tyrone.
Yeah, brilliant save by Keeley, and the ball came back out. It looked like Tomas O'Shea was trying to get back. It hit him and finished up inside in the back of the net. And I was saying it all along, Tyrone needed a goal to get back into this game. Now so, will this be the turning point? It's 1-5 to 10 points, and that's going to lift Tyrone enormously. It was a fortuitous goal, but it's a big goal, and there's a bit of kip of the reel going on outside in the middle of the field. It's now 1-5 to 10 points, Gary.
Absolutely, there is a lot of pushing and shoving has after erupted again. 45 yards out from the Brendan Keeley's goal. Just to go through that goal again, Brendan Keeley, a point blank save, but he pushed it out. Tomas O'Shea was running in, it hit O'Shea in the leg, and it went into the empty net. So it is an own goal, unfortunately.
Yeah, and Gary, a few gaps have been turning up, showing up in the Kerry defence. I mentioned just before half-time where that gap was appearing, and since half-time, Tyrone have had 2 chances of goals. Kerry seem to be falling back, Gary, of holding the ball again and playing it over and back across the field like they did in a lot of their games.
Peace has been restored. I'm keeping a very close eye on David Coldrick, and I'm not sure how that little bit of a dust-up happened, but it did happen.
And Owen Mulligan and Aidan O'Mahony are hopping off each other too. They're like 2 gorillas chesting each other.
And he is calling Darren McCurry and Mark O'Shea. There are the 2 players that he's calling at the moment.
Now I hope the Kerry don't revert back to the holding and passing all across the field, because in the first half they were playing great fast football, getting it in long and getting it in fast, and that was really standing to them. But now they seem to be holding that ball that little bit longer and not letting it go.
Well, the referee has taken the name of both players. He hasn't shown a card as yet. He has now. That's, I think, 8 cards in total. Mark O'Shea getting a yellow card for Kerry, and Darren McCurry, the number 20, getting a yellow card for Tyrone.
And another Dan O'Sullivan is warming up in the far side of the field. We'll watch out for that there, Dan O'Sullivan, and he hasn't run off the top of the track shoot yet. We'll keep an eye on that. But remember, that goal brings down 1-5 to 10 points. A fortuitous goal after a great save by Keeley.
And the referee didn't have a word with Owen Mulligan and Aidan O'Mahony, but didn't show them any cards. Great catch again by Brian Sheehan in the middle of the field. Releases Declan O'Sullivan. Kerry need to respond now after that goal. Declan O'Sullivan bouncing off 2 Tyrone players. Still Declan plays it inside to Colm Cooper. Colm Cooper has 3 white jerseys around him. Back to Brian Sheehan. He might go for goal. Donaghy, goal! Kieran Donaghy! All made by Brian Sheehan, and Kerry have answered back.
Oh, wonderful goal by Kieran Donaghy. Lovely pass by Colm Cooper. A lovely pass by Brian Sheehan. Lovely intelligent passing. And the no rule really suited us there, because the start Donaghy was standing outside the goal. The ball came across from the pass, and Brian Sheehan passed, and Donaghy just palmed it into the back of the net. What a response. What a response. It's 1-10 to 1-5. A lovely move by Kerry. Colm Cooper, Brian Sheehan and Kieran Donaghy. And there's a sub coming on the Tyrone team. We'll watch out for that.
Penrose is gone. That's the answer that Kerry needed to do, and swiftly they did it. 1-10 to 1-5. Brian Sheehan saw Kieran Donaghy in space, and of course the fact that there is now no square ball, up he went and punched it into the net.
And Cooper had passed a beautiful ball to Sheehan just before that.
He had indeed. 14 is in, Weeshy. That's Stephen O'Neill. The captain is in. Mickey Hart's team in trouble now at the moment. 5 points in it. And away, first touch for Stephen O'Neill. Stephen O'Neill plays it outside to Sean O'Neill. Sean O'Neill drives it high, drives it long, and it looks good, and it is good. Sean O'Neill, the wing back, wish he would have scored.
Oh, that's a great point by Sean O'Neill from 45 metres out. The sun is absolutely beaming down. Here's the beautiful sight here in Killarney. It's the first day of summer that we've got. We'd often say it's like a day borrowed in July. Well, this is like a day borrowed from Mallorca or somewhere like that. Fabulous day. Great point by Sean O'Neill from way out in the middle of the field. Great point by him. Got a lot of room. 110 to 1-6.
Quickly taken by Keeley to Tomas O'Shea. 110 to 1-6, still all to play for. Looking for Donegal Walsh. Was he pushed? He was. He was pulled and pushed by Sean O'Neill, and it's a free exactly on midfield to Kerry, and Tomas O'Shea's got the ball in his hands. The runner is Galvin, Paul Galvin. Two players around him. One of them is Mark Donnelly, but he gets away from him nicely. Inside to James O'Donoghue. On the run was Brian Sheehan. Still James O'Donoghue looking for Colm Cooper. Will he sell a couple of dummies here? He might. Colm Cooper. That's the kick. That's looking. No, it's not. I think it might be tailing to the right and wide.
Oh, Colm will be disappointed with that, but lovely move by Paul Galvin into James O'Donoghue. James O'Donoghue won ball, and a lovely dinky pass by the Legion man into the Croke man. And Colm Cooper turned around wearing number 14 just under the St. Finian's corner with the left leg, pulled the ball wide in his own side. He'll be disappointed. 110 to 1-6, and there's a long ways to go yet. Remember, there's only just that 4 points in it, and Tyrone, you can be full sure they'll finish very strong.
13 minutes into the second half as the push, was there a push on Brian Sheehan? The referee waves advantage because Paul Galvin had the ball. Low ball to the gooch. He's on his own, 45 yards out. Inside of Kieran Donaghy. Donaghy peeling off from his James O'Donoghue. James O'Donoghue, tight angle, falling as he kicked it. It makes no difference to James O'Donoghue. That is his second score of the afternoon, Wishy.
Oh, that's a lovely point by James O'Donoghue. Colm Cooper to Kieran Donaghy to James O'Donoghue. His first cousin, she won Ciara. Won the and here comes
Darren O'Sullivan.
Dan O'Sullivan.
Well, what a sub to bring in just after you're getting the point, and Donegal Walsh is going off, and now the speedster is in to put more worry in the Tyrone defence.
Yes, indeed, yeah, that's and Donegal Walsh after doing his business, after doing his stuff, and now Darren O'Sullivan, he'll be fresh and he'll be on tiring legs of the Tyrone men.
Owen Bronston will go point for this, but a great catch in fairness in the middle of the field there by Colm Kavanagh, and Colm Kavanagh was fouled and Sean O'Neill to take it. 1-11 to Kerry, 1-6 to Tyrone, 14 minutes gone. This is Darren McCurry. McCurry being marked all the time by Mark O'Shea. They're both on yellows. Owen Mulligan, and a high tackle going in from Killian Young, and a fair one. He's somersaulted in the air, but David Goldrick saw nothing wrong with it, and now Mulligan takes a pop at Aidan O'Mahony, but the referee says play on. Tomas O'Shea coming out with the ball, tenaciously out of defence, drives it long into space for Darren. This is the speedster, and away he goes. Darren from Glenbeigh to Dr. Crokes' Colm Cooper and over the bar. All of a sudden it's made by Darren.
Point, a lovely point by Kerry. That's the Kerry, move the ball, and a long ball way over to the fence into Darren O'Sullivan. He left his man behind him, gave it to Colm Cooper, and Cooper popped the ball over the bar. The long ball, the fast ball. This is real great Kerry football. Kerry's been reinvented today. However, the game is over.
Gooch has it back, but the referee's whistle has gone, and Paul Galvin said it was an illegal throw, but the referee says it's a free out to Tyrone.
Yeah, but you mentioned the referee to start. You liked him, Gary. He's doing a great job.
I think he's the best in the business, to be
honest.
You're
spot on the ball. He's doing. I've been mentioning there about James O'Donoghue. His first cousin, Ciara Kelly. Her grandfather was Mark Kelly. She won the Queen of the Fashion, would you believe, in the Killarney races the other day. Her grandfather was the great Mark Kelly, the great Kerry footballer. So that's that was a lovely move by Kerry. The fast ball over the Tyrone defence into Darren.
And the Fitzgerald Stadium Committee, they're holding a golf classic at the Killarney Golf and Fishing Club Thursday the 26th of July. It's sponsored by the East Kerry Board. If you can help out, do help them out. Away comes Tyrone again. This is Aidan McCrory inside to Mark Donnelly. Mark Donnelly, Paul Galvin says you'll go no further, my friend. Donnelly does get out of it again into the hands of Brendan Keeley. Keeley hasn't put a foot wrong today either,
Not a foot wrong, he's dead solid, and I tell you that Mark Donnelly will be disappointed with that.
That's a pull of the jersey of the blatantest kind on Declan O'Sullivan, and if there was ever a yellow card to be shown, it's this one.
Oh yeah, that was a rugby tackle on Declan O'Sullivan. Declan O'Sullivan is in teeth. What the work that man is doing. He must have handled more ball than any player on the field today, because he's working, coming into his own half, and he's his feet, he's back, he's read for him.
Back on the ball again, it was Ryan McMillan that pulled the jersey. The referee didn't say it warranted the yellow card, it was just ticking. Brian Sheehan has a brilliant game in the midfield. Himself and Anthony Maher have really outshone today. Away goes this man too, who's played well. James O'Donoghue. Aidan McCrory is after him. Scoreboard says 112 to 1-6. Kerry leading. Darren O'Sullivan back to Declan O'Sullivan. They're not related, but they're both O'Sullivans. This is the man from Drummond. Gives it outside to his neighbour from Carsavine, Brian Sheehan. Brian Sheehan looking up. Still Sheehan slightly isolated for a moment. Back to Declan. Declan looking up. Anthony Maher peeling to the right. He gives it to Owen Brosnan. Owen Brosnan, a high one inside again for Kieran Donaghy. Donaghy's played well today. Mightn't have done the last few games, has today. This is Colm Cooper on the bus. Still Colm Cooper holding on to that O'Neill's ball for dear life, but has hand passed it to Damien McCall, who's in there. And just for once, it was a pass that went astray.
Yeah, and Kieran Donaghy did well to get that ball there, turn along, gave to Colm Cooper, but as soon as he got it, there was 3 men came around him.
Oh, that's an elbow.
Oh, that's an elbow by the Tyrone man on Darren O'Sullivan.
Well, I suppose Sullivan wouldn't retreat either, and he should have got out of the way, but there was a...
Yeah, sensible refereeing again there. I'd call that sensible, good refereeing.
Back with the action, and Tyrone again on the ball, and it is their midfielder, Colm Kavanagh. Colm Kavanagh and Mark Donnelly. Donnelly's worked hard the centre half forward. He's been one of the most impressive forwards today, Wishy, for Tyrone.
He has indeed. He's worked very well, Gary. Done an awful lot of work.
So it's a free just outside the 45-metre line, and Conor Gormley is the man to take this free. In fact, he'll leave it to Peter Hart as the sun begins to come from the clouds again. There's a woman below in front, and she's on the mobile. She's not interested in this game so far. Maybe the call is more important than the action. It's a free to Kerry and Peter Hart. Peter Hart to take this one. Referee Goldry going in around the square. Well, there's no longer a square there, but he's keeping an eye on things. Long ball driven in, and Anthony Maher is broken over into the safe hands of Shane Enright, is it? No, it's Owen Brosnan in actual fact coming out there. This is Shane Enright outside there with him. Loose pass, but it's a safe enough pass. Enright, low to James O'Donoghue. Enright has hit the deck. Referee says play on. James O'Donoghue done a great job today for the Kerry team. So too has this man, Brian Sheehan. Across to Anthony Maher. Killian Young looking for it. Killian Young getting it. Kieran Donaghy looking for it. Kieran Donaghy getting it. Still 70 yards out for goal. Back to Killian Young in his more neutral and sensible position today of wing back. He's not really a cornerback, and I think the Kerry selector saw it at long last. Anthony Maher plays it back to Shane Enright. Shane Enright, Declan O'Sullivan. He might be playing deep today, but he's already got 3 points from play, so you certainly can't argue with that. O'Sullivan selling dummies left, right and centre to Ryan McMenamin. Still O'Sullivan. Back to Paul Galvin. That familiar swagger of Paul Galvin. Galvin gives it now to James O'Donoghue. A very patient build up by Kerry. James O'Donoghue made a mess of it at the end, and away come Tyrone. That's the danger we see, that one pass could go straight.
Yeah, that's it, Gary. When passing the ball directly across the field, that was a great challenge there, a great shoulder.
On Colm Kavanagh by I think it was by Darren Sullivan. It was in actual fact.
Is that Colm Cooper that's down injured?
Well, Darren has just got up.
Darren is up.
Yeah, I think you're spot on there as well. And a yellow card being shown there, we see, to Peter Hart.
Yeah, because that was a very heavy tackle, Gary. It is Colm Cooper that's down injured now at the moment.
Well, there's plenty of yellow cards.
No, it's not indeed. It's Anthony Maher, I think.
5 yellow cards anyway to... It's Brian Sheehan, we see.
Brian Sheehan, yeah, we couldn't see the numbers there with the crowds around them.
5 yellow cards to Tyrone.
Yeah.
And 1, 2, 3, 4 to Kerry. That's the way they are at the moment. Anyway, back with possession. Possession is with Kerry, and it's Darren O'Sullivan. Darren O'Sullivan to Paul Galvin, just inside the 45-metre line. Paul Galvin, left-footed this time. The runner is Donaghy, but the ball doesn't reach Donaghy. But in fairness to Kieran Donaghy, he's doing an awful lot of work to try and get that ball back. 112 to 1-6. Referee says a late tackle by Colm Cooper, Wishy, and it's a free out, and he might get a booking for this.
Yeah, no, the referee is calling him all right, Gary. That was a late tackle, all right. The referee will see what he'll do there. But the way it is going now, 112 to 1-6, I firmly believe that Tyrone need a goal to get back into this game. I can see them kicking 6 points. The way Kerry are playing, the way the defence in particular are playing, they've only given away one free. 1 point off of a free. That's tremendous defending by Kerry. Very disciplined, and their forwards are moving very well.
A little bit of pushing going on as well, while Colm Cooper is being spoken to by David Goldrick. Probably will be a yellow card for the Kerry captain. We'll wait and see if it will. And that might equal it up with 5 yellows each. Well, there's a lot of writing by David Goldrick. It was a late tackle, all right, by Colm Cooper. As the crowd begin to rise again, yes, yellow card to the Kerry captain.
And the Kerry crowd chanting Kerry, 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 and that's what Kerry need now. They need the crowd behind them. And there's another sub coming on over on the far side of the field. We keep an eye on that.
Number 20 is being called ashore. Darren McCurry, it'll tell you he didn't get 4 points today. He didn't. Why? Because he was on Mark O'Shea, one of the best of the business. Darren McCurry, the youngster, is being called ashore. So that's a change. And we are gone 21 minutes in the second half. 14 more glorious minutes left in the Fitzgerald Stadium as Kerry lead by 6. 1-12 to 1 goal and 6 points. Number 21, Brian McGuigan, is into the action. McGuigan is an experienced campaigner as well. That's a pull there by Declan O'Sullivan. He's saying that the Tyrone man pulled me to the ground. And again, well, Jack O'Connor and his selectors are coming out looking for blood for this one, because you know, you feel sorry for Goldrick. Everything is happening all around him.
It is, Gary. There's a lot of stuff happening when the whistle goes even, and when the free is awarded, there's a lot of stuff being given. And that particular time, one of the Kerry players got to suffer the tackle after the ball was kicked.
Red card!
That's a red card, yeah.
Red card for Brian McGuigan. He's just after coming in.
That's right, a red card for McGuigan.
Well, I did say earlier on there was going to be a
tackle, and it was a bad tackle right in front of the referee, and really it was coming to this. It was bubbling all the time, Gary, and it was only a matter of time before the referee was going to lose his patience and flash a red card.
That's the fastest sending off I've ever seen from a man that's just after coming in.
Yeah,
I've never seen that as long in watching it. The Kerry player is down injured at the moment. That's Declan O'Sullivan, and Brian McGuigan has got a straight red card.
Yeah, I must say I'm very disappointed with the Tyrone discipline today. Their discipline has let them down a lot. The Kerry discipline has been absolutely superb. From 1 to 15, Diarmuid Murphy is out around the middle of the field, and he's telling the players, keep it open, keep it open. You can see the way he's putting his hands out, and he's running over to Paul Gallivan, keep it open and move the ball fast.
And he's given a yellow to Declan, we see, on top of all that, for, not quite sure, maybe for starting the little bit of a banter, but Declan O'Sullivan's got a yellow. We're busy today with cards, folks. Caught in the middle of the field by Declan, and the jersey pulled off him, and the referee says play on. David Goldrick is the busy man, gathered by Darren O'Sullivan. Looking up, there's only one thing in his mind, and that's attack. Possession is still with Kerry over the far side. Free in. This will cool it down and dampen it down a little bit. Good free one there, and it's going to be Brian Sheehan to take this. And
you can see the difference between Tyrone's discipline and Kerry's discipline.
Yeah.
Tyrone's discipline from the word go has let them down completely. Kerry, on the other hand, they have been probably their most disciplined display of the year, and I can't reiterate that enough and keep saying it. It has been absolutely superb.
Well, Shane Enright was the man that was pulled down for that, and it's Brian Sheehan just outside the 45-metre line, shooting into the St. Finian's goal. Into the scoreboard goal. 1-12 to 1-6. Kerry lead by 6 points, and we're gone 24 minutes gone in the second half. Mulligan ran at him. Did he put him off now into the square? And again, a magnificent catch inside. The referee says the free out for what, I don't know.
Because Cian Donny was inside the small square before. You can't be in there from a free, Gary.
Yeah.
You can be in there from open play, but not a free.
Well, it is a free out, and play is carried on, and it's well, no one leaving this for a minute. Still all to play for Joe McMahon with possession for Tyrone. Joe McMahon to his midfield partner, Colin Kavanagh. Colin Kavanagh now getting it there ahead of Anthony Maher. Did Maher foul him? Did he tug him? Referee says he did, and it's a free in Owen Mulligan to take this one.
See where Kerry are committing all the fouls inside the 245s. Kerry are fouling Tyrone well out the field.
Well, Owen Mulligan's got a good 20 yards there when the referee said did bring it up. Man, he came with him as if they were dancing a waltz, the two of them. Back with possession. 23 is Ryan McMenamum. Kerry with the loose man, of course. Stephen O'Neill and Mark O'Shea over there. And O'Shea gets the tackle in. Paul Galvin over there as well. It's got out off Galvin. Line ball near the corner flag to Tyrone.
Yeah, Mark O'Shea is having a great game. Wonderful game altogether. That young Darren McCorry, who all the talk was about.
Oh, they fluffed it up between them. Ryan McMenamum was the man that fluffed it up. Nearly fell into the lap of Jack O'Connor and drove the ball in frustration back into the pack stand, and he drove it into Kerry supporters.
And the Kerry supporters are absolutely loving what they see here today. They're absolutely thrilled, because at the moment it's 1-12 to 1-6, and Kerry really dominating Tyrone in all areas of the field. They're definitely the better team, and they're far the better team.
25 minutes.
25 minutes gone, yeah.
10 to go of normal time.
It's looking good. Unless Kerry just sit up altogether, they'll win this game.
Well, remember last year's All-Ireland final, Kerry were looking good as well in the last 10 minutes, and we left us after it. Let's move on and get away from that. Killian Young, let's be more positive than negative. Tomas O'Shea, 1-12 to 1-6. Tomas O'Shea taking on Peter Hart. Hart can't do much because he's on a yellow, and of course they'll be down to 13 men. This is Darren and O'Neill. Sean O'Neill, Darren Sullivan going through. The referee giving you the advantage. Still Darren Sullivan being pulled, dragged, pushed, and you name it. Free into Kerry.
Yeah, that's the beauty of Darren O'Sullivan. What a wonderful player he is when he got the ball. Got inside, his man was trying to get away. He was being pulled and he was being dragged. and the Tyrone goalkeeper Pascal McConnell came out, and he's talking, giving out to the referee. But if the referee was doing his job now, he'd bring the ball in and put it in front of the post, and he'd penalise him, because the Tyrone discipline really is terrible today, in my opinion.
Another yellow card.
Another yellow card. He should bring the ball in front of the post for what has been said to him there. But a great run by Darren O'Sullivan. He was going through for the goal, and he was pulled and he was dragged, and this will be another point. Remember, if Kerry win today, they'd be playing Clare next weekend, and Tomas O'Shea will be making his 82nd appearance if he's on the Kerry team. If he's on the Kerry team, says I.
14 yards out from goal. He doesn't miss those ones. Colin Cooper. That is his 4th point, and it's his first from a free in Kerry lead, 113-16.
Yes, indeed, his first off of free. Brian Sheehan with 3 frees, Declan O'Sullivan 3 great points, Colin Cooper with 3 points, James O'Donoghue with 2 points, and Paul Gallivan with a point. So that's the Kerry scores. This is a real great Kerry performance today.
6 yellows to Tyrone, and including a red. 5 yellows to Kerry. Aidan Mahoney breaks it down to Colin Cooper. Colin Cooper inside to Donaghy. They've combined well today. Back in motion. Good, steadying himself. Left leg. Curls it beautifully. And the Kerry captain rises to the terrace here.
Oh, lovely point by Colin Cooper, and it was well made by Kieran Donaghy. Came out, got the ball, turned along, gave to Cooper just under St. Finian's corner. He hopped the ball once, he knew he'd plenty time. He took his time, had a look at the post. When you give that man time like that, put up the white flag. Kerry lead 114-16.
And again, Brian Sher Anthony Maher breaks it in the middle of the field, and Paul Galvin is getting in there, but the referee says the whistle is gone. It's going to be free. Paul Galvin give the ball away. Oh! 2 pushes into the face of Paul Galvin by Conor Gormley. But in fairness to Galvin, I think he made the most of it that time. The runner over on the far side is Stephen O'Neill. Just for the moment, he's got ahead of Mark O'Shea. He hits it high, and cheers of derision from the Kerry supporters. A wide ball for Tyrone.
Yeah, Tyrone need a goal at this stage. A point is no good to them, because Kerry lead 114-16, and decidedly so. There has been a huge gulf between the teams so far. Kerry have been the classier team. They have really come out of their shell today, and they have found their true form. And a wonderful display by Kerry, and this lovely kick out by Keely.
Yeah, Keely's done well in kick out today. He pinpoint accuracy into Owen Brosnan. Brosnan to Declan. Declan fluffed it, but Brosnan was there to recover it. Into James O'Donoghue. Again, another one of the star performers today. 2 great points from play. Back to Declan O'Sullivan. He's got 3 from play. Paul Galvin has got 1. Gooch has got 4 from play. That is some shooting today by Kerry, and Kieran Donaghy's got the goal. This is Declan O'Sullivan. Declan played it backwards. I think he took a little bit too much out of it, and he might have pulled a hamstring or a muscle strain as he's gone down there, but it's Owen Mulligan with possession. Out front is Killian Young, and Killian Young gets there ahead of Peter Hart. Killian Young will go down for this one. Young gets it. He's isolated. He's fouled over there. For a man that didn't play well last week, he's played well today.
Well, he did, Gary, because he's in a different position out the wing back. And I tell you, I thought the Kerry selectors would never move him out of that corner back position. And even last Sunday, they were very unfair to the lad, because they left him inside the corner for 3/4 of the game where he was being beaten. He's way happier out now around the half-back position. He's moving better out there. He's running better. He's coming out in front of his man. It has been I'm repeating myself, and I don't mind it. It has been a wonderfully disciplined display by Kerry.
Shane Enright, I think, has gone off, Weeshy. Shane Enright has gone off, yes.
He had a great game, Shane
Enright. He had a
Enright.
very good game. Killian Young is still down injured, getting a little bit of it seems to be cramp, I think, at the moment.
That looks like Kieran O'Leary.
Kieran O'Leary is in.
Yeah.
Yes, Kieran O'Leary, I think, is in. We can see from here. I met Killian Young's parents, Peter Crowley, in fact, the man that's in. Peter Crowley is in, wearing number 19. Met Killian Young's parents, Jean and Anya, just before the game down around the town. They were hopeful of a victory. Well, I can tell you and everybody else we're 5 minutes away from that victory. Killian Young has limped back to his feet. It's Peter Crowley that's in, but a poor pass from Crowley, but of course he's not yet got to the pitch of the game. O'Donoghue did well to get it back for the Gooch. Colin Cooper back now to Mark O'Shea. 114-16. Mark O'Shea drives it high. There's only one man when you mention high. That's Donaghy. One hand. He'll turn and he punches it over the bar. Kieran the star. Donaghy's the star today. That's 1 goal and 1 point from play for him.
A wonderful fight by Kieran Donaghy. Lovely ball floated across the square. He was standing inside. He went up, brought it down with one hand. He shrugged off his man standing at the post and punched it over the bar. Now all the Kerry forwards, with the exception of Donaghy Welch, have scored off a play. And James O'Donoghue, he's tiring. He's gone off. And Kieran O'Leary is coming on. And all the Kerry forwards, with the exception of Donaghy Welch, that's a wonderful tribute to the Kerry forwards today. And well played to James O'Donoghue.
Well played to O'Donoghue. He's going off. And Killian Young is going off as well with this injury. Maybe Kerry might have to change things around. Declan O'Sullivan going near the sideline as well. Yeah, maybe he's only going for a drink, I think. No, in fact, Declan O'Sullivan's been substituted as well. Killian Young has gone off with a little bit of an injury. Let's hope it's nothing too serious. Maybe it's only a precaution at this stage.
Yeah, and Declan has gone off because he's after playing the world of the ball. You've given him that little bit of a rest, and of course they're giving the subs a little bit of a run out too.
Yeah, it's Brian Maguire that has come in place of Killian Young. So he started, of course, last week. 1:15 to 1:6, and a push on the back on Brian Sheehan by Aidan Cassidy. It's all gone so well. We see for Kerry today.
Yeah, indeed. Patrick Curtin, he's come in for Declan O'Sullivan, Gary.
Well, Patrick Curtin, this is a chance for Curtin, is it? That's a point. That's some introduction. That is Patrick Curtin. First touch over the bar.
Yes, indeed, lovely point by Patrick Curtin. And in my reckoning in the second half, Kerry won 9 kickouts and Tyrone won 4. And remember, in the first half, it was 15 to Kerry and 10 for Tyrone. So Kerry have dominated the midfield battle here. 1:16 to 1:6, and the crowd beginning to file away from Fitzgerald Stadium. Lovely point by
One
Curtin.
record which will stay intact is that Kerry have never yet been beaten in the qualifiers. And another victory which has gone. It's going to go very shortly. This present Kerry team never beat Tyrone in the championship before. Today they are about to do it. Darren O'Sullivan with a 10-point lead for Kerry. 1:16 to 1 goal and 6 points, and the watch says 33 minutes gone. Back it goes to Brian Maguire. Heroes all over the field today wearing green and gold jerseys. Paul Galvin back to Aidan O'Mahony. Up to Colm the Gulch Cooper. Special cheer for him. Plays it up to Brian Maguire. Brian Maguire from Listowel Emmets. Brian Maguire back to Curtin from my van. There's not much difference between my van and Listowel. Plays it back again to Maguire. Outside now to Kieran O'Leary. They all want a piece of the action. This is Colm Cooper. This is what all the box training is for, done time and time again when they put on the different bibs. It's keep possession. Paul Galvin, I don't want to miss a player. Anthony Maher. This to Tomas O'Shea. Kerry now giving an exhibition in the last few minutes. Giving to Tyrone what Tyrone have given to Kerry previously. Back with the action again, another tug on the jersey. Referee waves play on, and it is Kieran O'Leary, and the in product is a wide ball, unfortunately.
Yeah, but it was lovely passing. Kerry holding the ball, not giving it away, and they did the right thing. Get it into a position where they get a shot for a point, and they finished up at the corner with Kieran O'Leary. He was in a very poor position to shoot, but he shot and kicked the ball across the face of the goal wide. But Kerry definitely worked it around nicely and worked it into that position.
34 minutes gone. Oh, it was a high one there from a Kerry player.
I tell you now, that was a high one.
If David Goldrick saw that one, it was Patrick Curtin, I think. What is it?
I tell you that now. I tell you now, he's walking in the next. He's lucky if he don't get a red card there, Gary. Because he went straight in. He gave his man straight into the face.
Oh, very high one. Yeah, no need of it. And Kerry 10 points up.
Yeah, because that's what Tyrone were doing all day. He'll definitely get a yellow, and he'll look if he doesn't get a red.
Curtin is a lucky man if he stays on for this one, because
he is indeed, yeah, because
very high tackle.
Because McMiniman was put off for something similar.
Well, the referee might take into consideration. It's yellow. He's lucky.
Yeah.
He's a lucky boy.
That was the first flash of indiscipline that we saw from Kerry today now. The first flash. He'll have to learn from that.
And Kerry 10 points up in the game, got into injury time. Still a lot of pushing and shoving going on, but it's going to be Kerry's day. It's not going to be Tyrone's day. And Kerry should walk away from it all now if they can. Colm Cooper is still doing the donkey work. He's still following a player, and the player he's after is Aidan McCrory. Aidan McCrory, the number 2 on his back. 35 minutes gone. We are in injury time here, and Kerry are up by 10, and they've lost possession. And the man with the ball over there is the right cornerback, Mark O'Shea, one of the best defenders you'll see in the modern game. Back to Brendan Keeley, out to Brian Sheehan. David Goldrick looks at his watch. We'll continue for another few minutes. Anthony Maher to Aidan O'Mahony. Good work by Kerry. High challenge again on Brian Maguire. The referee says nothing wrong with it. Play on. This is Darren. The coach, or Johnny, appeared from nowhere. I thought he came out in the dugout. He's now on his left shoulder. Darren Sullivan holding possession. Paul Galvin looking for it. Giving it back to Paul Galvin. There'll be some cheer here from the Kerry supporters, and they have played their part today, let me add. Kerry's support has been absolutely outstanding. Tomas O'Shea into the hands of Pascal McConnell. It makes no difference now at this stage. It's going to be a Kerry win.
No, that was a great movement by Kerry to hold into the field. Wonderful play. There was 12 players involved in it. Went to Tomas O'Shea. He'll be the top Kerry appearance man of all time next weekend. But he kicked the ball into the goalkeeper's hand. It's now 1 goal and 16 points to 1 goal and 6.
And again, Maguire going in, trying to get ball back. So too Peter Crowley. Referee says a free in the middle of the field. Mark Donnelly is the man that's down. David Goldring won't add much more. We've got a minute in of additional time. In fairness to the Kerry selectors, we see they got things right as well today. Let's give them credit.
No doubt at all about it, Kerry. The team was prepared absolutely superbly. This was a virtuoso Kerry display. This was Kerry at their very best. This was something similar to what they did against Dublin a number of years ago up in Croke Park.
Owen Mulligan to take it. Well, in fairness to Jack O'Connor, selectors have got it right. I met Jack last week, met him Sunday night after we coming back from Westmeath, and he said to me, Gary, he says, there's another kick in us. And right he was. Spot on he was. They've got them back to something like the old Kerry team. Colm Cooper to Kieran O'Leary. Kieran O'Leary keeping possession for Kerry. Kieran O'Leary back to Colm Cooper. 36 and a half minutes. Colm Cooper in again to space. Kerry have not put a foot wrong, spraying the ball around today. Inside there is Paddy Curtin, Patrick Curtin to Darren O'Sullivan. 36-46 gone. Back to Paul Galvin. 1-16 to Kerry. 1-6 to Tyrone. It will be Kerry and Clare next weekend in the qualifiers. Paul Galvin pushed to the ground there by Joe McMahon. Referee says get up with it, Paul, but he is down on the ground at the moment. Kieran O'Leary isolated inside. Goldrick could be as well off to blow it up. It's Darren O'Sullivan. Paul Galvin is back off again. Tomas O'Shea to Colm Cooper. The captain has led with example. Colm Cooper is fouled on the 45. Now the referee called Joe McMahon, and again sensible refereeing from the media.
Gary, that alone was sensible, but was very good refereeing, because he left the play go on, knew who had committed the foul on Galvin. That was excellent refereeing. And then when the play broke down, when the play stopped, he called over the midfielder and he booked him for what he did. He's given him a yellow card, but that's excellent refereeing.
Joe McMahon, well, his fellow Meath man Bernard Flynn, I had a chat with him here at half time, former Meath great, and one thing I did say to him, I said, you've got a very good referee, Bernard. What's he thought of in Meath? He says, highly thought of up around there, and he is indeed. Brian Sheehan, 45 metres out, and this would be the icing on the cake, and I don't think we'll have much more after this. 38 minutes gone here in the Fitzgerald Stadium. It is Kerry who are going through to the next round, where they'll play Clare. They are leading 1-16 to 1 goal and 6 points. Remember, it was 8-4 at half-time. Here's Sheehan. This would crowd it off now, if he can. Well, no, unfortunately, he's kicked it right and wide. But that could be very much, we see, the end of today's game.
Yeah, I would imagine the full-time whistle will probably go now, Gary, when Brian Sheehan kicked that badly wide. He'd be disappointed the way he kicked it, because he expects to score every point off of a free that he takes. 1-16 to 1-6. Kerry deserved winners here today. They'll be playing Clare now next weekend. Might be on in Limerick.
Magnificent performance. We'll have no more. And you can hear from the Kerry crowd, Jack O'Connor goes over and gives the hand to Mickey Hart. And so did the fellow Kerry selectors over there. But Tyrone are out of the championship. Our Kerry are through 1-16 to 1-6.
Yes, indeed, and the Kerry crowd are absolutely gone berserk. They're standing up and they're cheering their heroes, and rightly so. And the supporters in the stand are standing up over. What an absolutely superb display by Kerry. They cast off the shackles of last weekend and the shackles of the defeat to Cork and the defeat to Mayo. And this was a virtuoso Kerry performance. They moved the ball fast, they moved it long, they picked up